All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Isaac Wang. This is class four, tactics, checks, captures, threats, and counting, for Chess for Unity. We got a smaller class size today, so hopefully more participation. Um, so about me, I started playing chess at 9 years old. I'm an international master, a rising junior in high school, and I like sports and music. All right, we're gonna do a quick review from last class. So we're gonna review the opening rules. So if you guys remember, you guys should have learned three opening rules last week. So you can put your answers in the chat, but there should be three rules.
We weren't here last week. We weren't here last week.
I mean, I guess you can review the material. I can send it to you, and if you have any further questions, just email one of
Yeah.
us.
For those who know, just put your answer in the chat. What are the three opening rules? You don't need to know all of them. Just like list how many you can. Nobody remembers. Okay. All right. Yeah, everyone forgot. Okay, that's fine. Um, The three opening rules are control the center, develop your pieces, and castle early. Someone said, I think, take key center squares. That was like correct. But yeah, these are very important opening rules if you want to have a good position out of the opening. Uh, all right. So controlling the center, obviously, that's our first opening rule. It's very important. Can you guys tell me the three first moves for white that help control the center, the most common ones? You can put your answers in the chat.
Do that again.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the three common first moves for white that help control the center. It says it on my screen. Someone said pawn d4. That's correct. That's one of them. Two more. Someone said e4, d4, f3, c3. E4, d4 are correct. Not f3 and c3 though. Knight c3, not quite, but I can see why you'd think that. You guys are missing one. Pawn e4 is correct. E4, d4 have been said, but there's one other one. F3 is wrong. No, not pawn f3. Not knight c3 either. Yeah, knight f3 works. Someone said knight f3. Oh shoot. Uh, Yeah, knight f3 works. So yeah, okay, it's e4, d4, and knight f3. These are the most common first move for white that help control the center. Bishop c4 is not a first move. Oh, does it say pawn c4 or bishop c4? Pawn c4 is like pretty common as well. I think a little less common than knight f3, or about the same.
Do
Okay,
people
any
put like
questions?
P? Do like people put like PB or like the B or like N to say like the what piece they're saying?
Yeah, if it's pawn, you don't have to put anything. If it's pawn, you can just put the notation. But if it's any
Uh,
other piece, like knight would be N, bishop would be B, queen would be Q, king would be K, rook would be R. So, but for pawns, yeah, you don't have to put any. All right, any questions about this slide or no questions? Okay. Um, all right, developing your pieces. In general, what pieces should we develop first? So you could just write it in order, or could write like one at a time. But in general, what do we develop first?
pond.
You can put your answers in the chat. Okay. Yeah, pawn is the first one. That's correct. Somebody already said the answer in the chat. Pawns, knights, bishop, castle. Yeah, that's right.
As like a hint, like think about the three rules we talked about earlier.
Okay. I think most people are getting it. Knight, pawn, bishop. Not quite. Yeah, okay. So it's pawns first, knights, bishops, and then castling. If you guys remember what that is, and then maybe moving the queen somewhere active, getting the rooks active as well. Um, yeah. Any questions on this? I think you guys learned this last time, so just a quick review. No questions? Okay. All right. Why is it good to castle early? Do you guys remember? Two people said it already. Three people now. Yeah, okay. So it is to get the king to safety more quickly because if you leave your king in the center, usually it could be exposed in the transition towards the middle game. Um, yeah. Any questions? No questions? Okay. All right, so a new topic we're going to be learning today is counting. Um, so there's a way to count material in chess because each piece is assigned a certain value. Pawns are worth 1 point. Knights and bishops, which we consider as minor pieces, are worth 3 points. A rook is worth 5 points, queen 9 points, and the king is infinity. It's the most important piece um, on the board. Um, but yeah, this is how we count material, and it's good to like know this so it could like help you make certain decisions. Like for example, not to trade in most cases, not to trade a rook for a knight because the rook is worth more. Any questions about the counting material?
What do you mean by infinite?
What was that?
What do you mean by infinite, like for the king?
Like like most, oh, sorry.
Like
Like
the points,
most,
like if
like
you checkmate it,
infinite.
basically you win.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the most amount of points possible. Like
Then just say win instead of infinite. Like
the king does not equal win though.
it does. Oh, true. Okay.
It's an infinite amount of points. Okay, any questions about the counting material? No questions? Okay. All right. How to count material. So count the pawns here, guys, and tell me if one color has more than the other. So you can put your answers in the chat. Just tell me how many pawns white has and how many pawns black has.
I'm really bad at typing, so
It's all right. Take your time. Get some more answers from people. Okay, we got quite a lot of answers. Yes, black has 5 pawns, white has 4 pawns. So black is up 1 point of material here because five is one more than four. Any questions on this? No questions? Okay.
question.
Here's another example. Count the minor pieces. Remember, minor pieces are knights and bishops. Um, yeah, feel free to ask questions for sure. Um, tell me how many pieces, minor pieces white has and how many minor pieces black has. And tell me if one side has more than the other one. Put your answers in the chat.
Can you say the question again? I was somewhere else.
Count how many minor pieces there are on the board, and tell me if white has more or black has more. Someone said black has 9 and white has 12. I think that's like points, not minor pieces. But yeah, I get what you mean. White has more material. Yeah, okay. I think everyone is getting this. What does minor piece mean? It's just another way we say knights or bishops. Um we consider knights and bishops minor pieces in chess. So a major piece or like a heavy piece, that would be like a rook or a queen because they're worth more. Minor pieces are knights and bishops, they're worth 3 points each. Someone says white has 3 and black has 2. Not quite. You're missing, you miscounted. Yeah, most people are saying white has more. Some people specifically said 4 minors to black's 3. Yeah, white has 4, black has 3. So yeah, white would be, if you do 3 times 4, that's 12, and then 3 times 3 is 9, so they'd be up 3 points of material. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to ask any questions. It's a very enthusiastic no. Nobody has questions? Okay. Now this one, count how many rooks and tell me if one side has more than the other one. I think this one's a pretty easy one. Someone have a question or did they just accidentally raise their hand?
Does the person with Zoom have like a question?
You can ask to unmute them.
Your question, just unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, most of you guys are telling me yeah, how many rooks each side has. Tell me how many points they have now. I think one person said it already, but tell me how many points each side has. You're gonna have to remember
Couldn't we
how
just
many
say
points.
like infinity because a king has like
Ignore the king.
a key?
Yeah, okay. I think most people have got this.
No.
Yeah, white has 10 points because you can see on the screen they have two rooks here. One on A1, the other one on H1. Um, so 5 plus 5 is 10, and then black has one rook worth 5 points. So white is up 5 points of material, and they're up a rook. Any questions? Most people got it.
Who's like actually teaching? Because two of you guys have like same backgrounds.
Sorry, what was the question?
Like who's actually teaching? Like, because two of you guys have same
I think
backgrounds.
Isaac is like the main teacher.
Who's the Yeah, who's the one? Who's the
Okay.
one who's? I mean, I've been the one speaking the whole time now. Okay, no questions, or I need your guys' answers because if anyone has a question.
No questions.
Okay, next slide. All right, counting material here. Um, so this one's another easy one. Count how many queens and tell me how many points the queen is worth. Tell me if one side has more than the other one. Two people said 9 points, but okay, who has? I think this is obvious, but who has who's up a queen? Yeah, queen's worth 9 points. Someone said white's up a queen. Their white is not up a queen.
Black.
Yeah, black is up a queen. Um, were there any questions on this one? I think it was pretty trivial. Yeah, everyone got it right. Okay. Um, this one is a bit more tricky. So you guys can see there's a lot more pieces on the board here compared to the last slide, the last couple of slides. But we'll go one at a time. So tell me how many pawns there are here for each side, and tell me how many points of material, in terms of only pawns first. Tell me how many points and how many pawns there are for each side. For each side, not just one. Someone says white has six, not quite. White does not have six pawns. Some people only said one side for both sides, guys. Someone says black has five pawns, white has four pawns. Not quite. A trick to counting, if you see a lot of pieces, maybe start from like left to right, or start from the left and then go to the right. It's gonna make it a lot easier because if you start from somewhere random, maybe you'll count the same piece twice. Black does have five, yeah. Okay, yeah. White has seven, black has five. All right. Now count the minor pieces. Tell me how many minor pieces. Don't count the total points yet. We'll get to that later. And no, they're not tied in points. Um, count the minor pieces. So like knights and bishops. Tell me each side has what, and then um tell me how many points of minor pieces does each side have. We established that there's white has 7 points so far and black has five when we counted pawns. So now count the minor pieces. Black does have two bishops, yeah. Someone says, I don't know. Why not? Minor pieces are worth 3 points, by the way, for those who forgot. Someone says white and black both have six from minor pieces. Yeah, white has six and black has six. Yeah, points. So they don't have six minor pieces. They have 6 points of minor pieces, but they have two minor pieces because each minor piece are worth 2 points or 3 points. So I think you guys know that though. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any questions on the minor pieces? There are only two on each side, so no questions. Okay. Count the rooks now. Tell me how many rooks does each side have? Get some more answers. Think we should get around like 15 answers. It's around 20 people. Yeah, okay, this one was an easy one. Both have one rook. If you see on C1 here on the very bottom left, um, there's one rook for white where my mouse is hovering over, and then black's rook is right over here on G6. So, okay, now the last one we're gonna count is queens. Um, tell me how many queens each side has. Someone says two. There's not two queens. Each side doesn't have two queens, but in total, there's two queens on the board. Yeah, one queen on each side. Okay, that's correct. There's one queen.
I don't even think we need to know that question, right? Like, we don't even need to ask that question, right? Do we? Do we have to?
What question?
How many queens there are?
Just for the people who don't know. Okay, so we established how many pieces there are on both sides and how many points they're all worth. So tell me how many points white has and how many points black has. You're gonna have to do some addition here. Add up all the points. Let's get some more answers. Ethan said 27 for white. How about for black? Yeah, 25 for black.
Did you see my answer? I got 27, 25.
Yeah, okay. People are getting it. So 27 and 25. So um there are an equal amount of minor pieces, rooks and queens on each side, and the only difference is that white has two more pawns. So that's why they have 2 points more of material, 27 to 25s. Any questions on this? This was a slightly harder one. No questions? No questions. Okay. All right. Next slide. All right, another one. Same thing, count the material. First start with pawns. Tell me how many pawns does each side have? Each side, not just white. Get some more answers.
What did you?
Six is in total.
What did you say? What did you ask?
Uh, how many pawns does each side have? Yeah, most people got the answer. So yeah, black has four pawns, white has two pawns. So, oh, sorry. Black has 4 points of materials when it comes to pawns, and then white has 2 points. Um, okay, count the minor pieces now. So like bishops, tell me how many minor pieces each side has, and then points as well. Black has no minor pieces. That's correct. Let's get some more answers. Everyone just disappeared. I have one answer so far. Someone said three. The question was, how many minor pieces does each side have? Leon said three. That's 3 points, not how many. Yeah. Okay, you fixed it. You're good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. White has one minor piece, black has none. All right, now go to rooks. How many rooks does each side have? You're getting a lot of answers. It's good. Yeah, both have one rook. Um, White's rook on C1, black's rook on H3. Now queens, another pretty obvious one, I think.
What did
Get
you
some more
ask?
answers. How many sides does each queen have? That was a question. Yeah, okay. People are saying the answer. But yeah, both have one. So yeah, last three or last yeah, they're all pretty obvious, I guess. All right, now count the material in points, and tell me who has more points. This one's a close one. Tell me how many points each side has. Tell me who has more points, white or black. Someone says, I think white has more points. Do you know for sure though? Tell me how many points they have. Don't just say white or black. Okay, yeah, white has more points. How many points do they have? Each side. White has more points. Yeah, white has 19. 16 is wrong. White has 19 points. How many does black have? How many points does black have? 19. Black doesn't have 19 points. No. 22. How'd you get 22? What was the math there? Yeah, okay, most people are getting it. It is 18. So white has one more point of material. So it's a close one. White has 19 points and black has 18. So white is up material here. Um, the queens and the rooks cancel out, and then black has four pawns, while white has two, but white has an extra bishop. So black has, if you cancel out the rooks and queens because they're worth the same value, white has three, which is the bishop down here, and then plus two, which is five, and then black has one, two, three, four. So then white is up 1 point. All right, next slide. Oh, did anyone have any questions on this one or no questions? All right, next slide. Um, all right, same thing, another example. Tell me how many sides or how many pawns each side has. In case you guys didn't realize, this one is on black side now. Let's get more answers. What does the yellow arrow mean? Oh, that's just like the last move that was played. So like King G5 here, that was the last move that was played. So this position was screenshotted off of chess base. So uh, yeah. Okay, yeah, people are getting the answer. Black has three pawns, white has one. Okay, now count the minor pieces. Who has more minor pieces? Yeah. White has one more minor piece. They have a knight. Black has no minor pieces actually. Um, okay, now rooks. Tell me how many rooks does each side have? These are all pretty trivial questions. Yeah, white has one rook, that's correct. Black has zero. Yeah. What about queens? I might have made this a little bit too easy. Yeah, okay. So, all right, now count the combined material in points and tell me who has more points. Does white have more points or does black have more points? This one is stumping people. No answers so far. How many points does each side have? Someone said white has 11 and black has 9. That's wrong. White does not have 11 points. Some people are just saying the color. The question was which. Tell me how many points does each side have? Someone said black has 12 and white has 10. Black does have 12, but white doesn't have 10. Yeah, white has 9. That's right. So yeah, white is or black is up. No, black doesn't have 8. There's a queen here that's 9 points, and then three pawns that's 12. So yeah, black has 12. 12 minus 9, that's 3. So black is up 3 points of material here. Any questions?
Does the class end?
5. You got 15 minutes.
Okay. But for the rest of class, are we just gonna start counting? Oh, just count.
No,
No or yes?
no.
Okay.
Okay. No questions. All right. New topic, tactics. So does anyone know what a tactic is? Someone said no. This is a very important part in chess. Probably one of the most important. Someone said yeah. Okay, what's your definition of a tactic? Sort of. Not me, no. For the person who said yes, what is a tactic?
Is some kind of method?
Some kind of method? Sort of, yeah, actually. It's a very important part in chess. Occurs so many times. Or they occur so much. It's strategy or like ways to win. Yeah, it's sort of correct. It's pretty correct actually. Okay. Yeah, a tactic is a short sequence of moves. It usually involves a threat, and the point of a tactic is to gain material, deliver checkmate, or gain an advantage. So yeah, it's like sort of a way to win or get into a winning position, like like somebody said. Because of like the geometry in chess and like how each of the pieces move and like how many squares there are, tactics occurs so much. It's insane. But any questions on tactics and the definition? It's making sense to everyone. This is very important. Okay, next slide. So tactics often happen because of these three things. An unprotected piece, a weak king, and the pieces are sort of arranged in a very vulnerable way. So unprotected piece, chess is a lot about like coordination and like coordinating your pieces. Um,
What does
so if a
that mean?
piece is coordination is like when everything's together and protecting each other and like sort of in sync. And there's nothing like undefended. Does that make sense? Okay. And yeah, a weak king. This one is very common. When the king is weak in general, like there's more tactics. Because the king is the most important piece. When it's open, it can be easily attacked. And oftentimes when something is attacked, there's tactics that occur in the position. And then yeah, this one is a little bit might be hard to understand. The last one, the pieces are arranged in a vulnerable way, but sort of like when the pieces are all over the place, or if they're like uncoordinated, it's sort of similar to like unprotected piece, but they're sort of just like the way they are positioned on the board could like sort of make them more easily attacked based on the position. So, any questions about uh, why tactics often happen? Does this make sense to everyone? Okay. Makes sense. Yes, kind of. What part do you not understand? Or what part is like kind of confusing for the person who said kind of? Don't know. Okay. Um, okay. All right. Yeah, maybe the next few slides when you see one, it'll make more sense. But okay, no questions. All right. All right, so there's steps for solving tactics. This is very important as well. First of all, what we've been doing for most of the class, counting material. Um, this is very important because it can help you assess the situation. Like if you're down on material, if you're up on material, if it's equal, sort of just help you see like what is going on in the position. And that's what we were working on uh, earlier this class. And then I think you guys got that down pretty good. Could use some more practice, but most of you guys got it down pretty good. Uh, Number two, look for forcing moves. Um, so forcing moves, when we talk about this in chess, it's usually checks, captures, and threats. Do you guys know what these three words means? Checks, captures, and threats. No? Okay. A check is sort of like an attack on the king, and like it sort of forces the king to move or forces your opponent to it forces your opponent to either move the king or um, use one of their own pieces to block the check. This is very important. Captures, it is what it sounds like. It's just taking a piece, um, looking for vulnerable pieces. Threats, okay. Somebody doesn't know what threats is. Yeah. Threats. I mean, I think a check is like a form of a threat, but then threats are like, I guess it could be a check, but it's like also just moves that attack enemy pieces. So like if there's a knight that's open and or like if you see a knight and you just like sort of put your bishop or like attack it with your bishop, that'd be called a threat because you're threatening to take the knight with the bishop. Does that make sense about threats? Yes, okay. Any questions on this slide or no questions? No questions. Okay. Um, I should have put these on separate slides, but it's okay. Look at the one on the very right, or sorry, very left first, and find the best move. Look for checks. Um, on the one on the left, there's two checks in the position. But tell me which one is the best. And remember, checkmate is the goal in chess. You want to checkmate your opponent's king. Somebody already said the answer. Let's get some more answers. Somebody said bishops. The question was, what are the checks in the position? Yeah, okay. People are saying the answer. Yeah, so if you guys can visualize it after Queen H7, the two checks in the position, first of all, are Bishop H7, Bishop takes H7, um, and Queen takes H7. Bishop takes H7, the king can move to the right, but after queen takes h7, it's checkmate because the king can't move anywhere. If the king can't take the queen because the bishop's guarding it. So sort of like going back to like coordination. Um, yeah, queen h7. Okay. Second one over here in the middle. Tell me what checks you have in the position and which one would you play? This one in the middle. What checks there are and which one will you play? There's not actually an immediate checkmate in this one um, on the first move, but there's a combination that's checkmate in two. But just tell me what check you would play here. Let's get some answers. We got 2 minutes. Oh, it's black to move, by the way. Sorry, I didn't specify on that. Queen c4, that'd be a check for white, but it's black to move. Still don't know. Okay. Look for undefended pieces. Remember on the last slide, look for unprotected pieces. This is very important. Okay. There's two checks in the position. So one of them is queen to a2. You move the queen all the way to a2. If you guys can see my mouse, that's one check. Yeah, this one is, I guess, a little tricky because the pieces are all like kind of far away. Um, but this can help you develop your like sense in terms of like long range. Uh, King f3, someone said. I think you meant to say queen f3. That'd be the correct move. Yeah, queen f3. Queen a2 is the other check, but it's not as good because the king can just move up one square. Um, but yeah, queen f3 is the check. The king has to move aside. You can pick up the bishop. There's actually a checkmate on e2 as well. That's irrelevant though. Queen f3 is the best check because you also want to make the check that is attacking your opponent's king. So, okay, last one right here. Um, on the really right side. There's actually so many checks here, but tell me the best one. You guys sort of have to um think about like square control here. Yeah, okay, two people already got it. Yeah, this last one, white has so many checks because they're just completely winning, but um they're up so much material. Yeah, okay, people are getting it. Rook b2 is correct. The king has nowhere to move. Um, any questions on this or no questions?
How many ways are there to check mate?
Sorry?
Like, how many ways are there to checkmate on this board?
In which one?
The one that we're doing right now.
The one on the very right, checkmate on this move. There's only one checkmate on this move.
Okay.
Rook b2 is the only checkmate on this move. Okay. No questions? Okay. This is the last slide. This is the homework that you guys can do. So, um,
Is it like, do we have to do it?
no,
Okay.
you do not have to do it. It's your
Because
choice
I
if you
have
want to do it or not.
because I have
Okay.
nothing, and I probably have no time to do this homework.
Okay. It probably only take you like 2 minutes, but um, in case for those who don't know, if you see A at the very bottom, it's white to move, like off the board. These are eight separate puzzles. But if you see A at the very bottom left of the board, that means it's white to move. If you see H, that means it's black to move. So, um,
Wait, are these
but yeah, four of these are white to move, four of these are black to move. Um,
Yeah, so
that was just in case. What was that, Raya?
take that to students. I should uh take a screenshot or something.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys can take a screenshot of this or like, wait, do you not send them the video?
Or you can send out
How
WeChat.
can I how can I screenshot?
What are you on
Um,
iPad?
do you have like a snipping tool on your computer? Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Okay,
Anyways, we'll
you can
we'll
just like,
send it later, I guess. WeChat to your parents' WeChat.
yeah, you could just, right, you could like ask your parents to like share this to them or something.
Yeah, and can you send it to them, I guess. I mean, or I don't know. You have WeChat too, I assume. So.
Sure, I can do it, sure. Uh, yeah, okay. All right, well, any questions for me, about anything or someone said Comm Shift 4 to screenshot. I didn't even know that. That's a smart idea, but I don't know if most of you guys will know how to do that. Wait, Ryan, you said you wanted me to send it, right? Or,
Yeah, I mean, just send
okay,
in the WeChat. I mean,
Uh,
you
I
can,
think it's
okay,
I think it's like Control Shift 4 or 3. I think
okay,
or you
yeah,
can just send an email
if you
out to
like
everyone. So,
if you like click 3, I'm pretty sure you can like pick where you want to do it. But if you put 4, it's like the whole thing.
I don't know. Any questions for me or no?
Could we leave?
Yeah, you can go.
have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, no questions. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
And
Yeah, we stay.
sure, I'm gonna end the
Sure.
meeting
Why?
soon.
Yeah. Why would you want to stay?
Does I want to?
Good job, Isaac.
Okay. What was that, Ryan?
Good job, Isaac and Vincent.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
thank
do
you,
feel
Vin.
like I don't know, like was it like you know,
Thank you,
doing
Vincent.
like the I don't know if it was
Thank
planned, but
you, guys.
like doing the material, like it took like there was just too many examples. I think like they had already understood. Well,
Oh, did they
myself.
understand most of it already? Or
No, I mean like I don't know. It feels like
okay.
I don't know. Is it a bit too much? I don't know. You came up with the lesson.
I actually, I think like Eric made these last time, so I just like used his.
Um,
Um, I wasn't
I'm
like
gonna
trying to make new
leave.
ones. All right, yeah,
oh,
see ya. Are you saying like the counting stuff was like too easy for them? Or,
I don't know. Yeah, like I feel like half of the lesson was that, unless that was
yeah,
intention.
yeah, maybe I made it a little long, but it's what it is. All right, yeah, you guys can like leave now. Thank you for coming. Yeah, you can go.
I think we should replace some of like the counting with more tactics so that we can like go faster.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll end the meeting
Wait,
here.
how high level are these people? Are these young talents?
So they're supposed to be beginners. I mean, they know the rules.
Yeah, so that's why I made it easy because like I don't know how good they are.
Yeah,
Wait, can I leave?
Yeah, sure. I don't really know actually. Can you leave?
you can leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Number two, the second position is quite a bit different from the other ones. Oh, unless it's
Which
fun.
one? Yeah, number two is a little different, but they'll figure it out. Someone asked like if it was like checkmate all of them, but I didn't get to answer because they left. Anyways,
Yeah, sorry. Have a good
all
day.
right. See ya.
Yeah.